What's good, my fellow GeoGeeks and MetaMappers? Spatial Ninja here, bringing you This Week in MetaMapping, where we cover the latest in GIS and geospatial news. Now, our main article for this week will be all about blockchain, VR, and spatial computing, and the estimated market cap for this new market segment. We've also got an article about Google's new announcement with their latest in their mapping platform APIs. We've got an article about LA County and their big plans for their water supply. And then we've got an update in ArcGIS and the World Geocoding service that we'll cover. And we'll also talk about the 30-day map challenge and the categories that have been announced for this map challenge. So super excited about that. And as always, we will cover a MappyMeme for the week. So before we jump into our first article here, as a reminder, please subscribe to MetaMapping, our YouTube channel. We're at 41 subscribers. Let's get that number up to 50 this week if we can. We're always posting new shorts like our MappyMemes, as well as This Week in MetaMapping, and a variety of other ArcGIS and GIS related videos. So it would be great if you could subscribe to our YouTube channel. And while you're at it, make sure to like this video. All right, so let's jump into our first article here. Blockchain, VR, and spatial computing to drive a $315 billion market by 2028. This is great to see. So at the crossroads of these three emerging fields lies great hope for the future and advancement of this technological innovation. Through this fusion, the virtual world is poised to witness tremendous growth, accumulating in an outstanding $315 billion market value by 2028. By diving deeper into the intricate fusion of these state-of-the-art systems, our article sheds light on the forthcoming evolution of the VR sector through the lens of blockchain and spatial computing advancements. So spatial computing and that kind of terminology was highlighted during the Apple announcement of their kind of augmented reality headset, and has been this term that has somewhat taken off since that announcement. So let's jump more into this article here. So blockchain's role in virtual reality. Essential elements like data protection and content distribution are being reworked through blockchain innovation. Content producers and viewers have access to exciting new opportunity thanks to this union of blockchain and VR. Spatial computing's impact. Spatial computing, characterized by the integration of physical and digital spaces, is driving VR experiences to new heights. This technology empowers users to interact naturally with virtual environments, making VR applications more immersive and intuitive. So again, spatial computing is really taking the location of a person or a device and bringing that into the virtual world and allowing for folks having to have that kind of augmented reality ability where they're able to overlay images on top of the real world using headsets, and really tying their location into, again, that virtual environment. So it says here that the projected growth of this new market is expected to grow to $315 billion by 2028. Goes on to talk about unlocking the potential of blockchain, spatial computing, and how that will drive the virtual reality future. So a few examples here: enhanced content ownership. So blockchain enables users to truly own their virtual assets, so no middleman. From digital real estates to in-game items, this ownership fosters a sense of trust and authenticity within the VR ecosystem, driving user engagement and content creation. So if you're not familiar with blockchain, it is a distributed ledger technology that is all driven by a virtual, or it's all driven by back-end computing, right? So it's authenticating ownership of these items on the ledger based off of a kind of automated technology, which is this blockchain. If you're interested in learning more about blockchain, we do have some other videos where we dive into that technology deeper. But essentially, instead of having like this middleman where you have to provide your content to, and then that middleman then distributes that content, blockchain will enable folks to own their own content and distribute it as needed, and verify ownership and transactions based off of that blockchain technology. Then spatial computing's immersive experiences. So spatial computing solutions elevate VR experiences by bridging the gap between physical and virtual worlds as users seamlessly interact with their surroundings. The potential for applications in education, healthcare, training, and entertainment becomes boundless. So tying again the physical world to the virtual world. Talks a little bit more about some use cases here for blockchain, VR, and spatial computing. One being healthcare. So the transformative potential of blockchain, VR, and spatial computing extends to healthcare. Virtual reality applications powered by spatial computing enables immersive medical training, telemedicine, consultations, and even surgeries. So this will be very interesting to see how we can move into this kind of virtual healthcare world, or this telemedicine world, where instead of me physically going to visit my doctor, I could put on a headset, I could visit my doctor, I could talk about my symptoms, I could point to where I'm having issues, and they could, run their healthcare checks on me from a virtual world. So I do see a big use case here for healthcare and this kind of augmented reality space. Again, keeping the elderly in their homes and in place, and bringing some of the healthcare system to them through this virtual world. Another use case here is in education. The education sector is experiencing a paradigm shift with blockchain, VR, and spatial computing. So students can engage in immersive and learning experiences. So think about, having kind of this hands-on experience instead of going to a museum, bringing a museum into the classroom where students kind of can interact with these exhibitions. They can interact with these kind of virtual components, again, all without going to, an actual museum for a field trip. So education, another use case they mention here. And then entertainment beyond gaming. So the VR industry, the entertainment landscape is diversifying. Virtual reality concerts, arts exhibitions, storytelling experiences are becoming very popular. And blockchain's role in tokenizing access to these events. Again, instead of having a paper ticket to an event, you have a tokenized ticket that lives on the blockchain, where folks can verify that you've actually been to that event. It becomes kind of a keepsake. It becomes a memento that you get to keep forever and lives on the blockchain. And part of this VR experience, bringing the concerts to you again versus you going out to a physical concert. And then finally, the future of work. So in the workplace, which is evolving, shaping the future of work from remote collaboration to immersive virtual environments. I think we saw a lot more kind of virtual work in collaboration, after C19 or during C19, when we all became very familiar with Zoom, Teams, and other kind of conference call platforms. I think this space is just going to keep evolving and become more immersive, where you're almost inside of an office space, or you're inside of a conference room, but you're still at home or in your office. So interesting article here to start off our articles for the week. This is a big kind of market sector, and it will be great to see how GIS and geospatial technologies really start to come into play, and how other technologies like blockchain, virtual reality, will leverage spatial computing or GIS technologies today. Moving on to our next article from GeoWeek News, Google announces multiple updates on its Maps platform. So on September 19th, Google announced that their Aerial View API is generally available. Aerial View gives developers access to existing cinematic videos, or enables them to create immersive experiences at scale for any US location themselves. The product has been used by real estate and media agencies to create 3D immersive experiences of buildings and surrounding neighborhoods to bring to life as part of engaging experiences to provide informative potential buyers and renters. So their kind of Aerial View 3D API is becoming available for kind of general use. And then their next update here is they released their solar, air quality, and pollen APIs. So the company introduced a new suite of environmental APIs to help developers better understand an ever-changing world, so they can create new sustainability tools, share actionable insights, and encourage people to adapt to new environmental realities. In total, 3 APIs were announced. First being the Solar API, which helps solar companies give homeowners the information they need to make informed decisions about solar installation. So we've all, I think, being in the GIS world, seen these kind of solar probability maps, or solar suitability maps, understanding the best locations to put solar panels so you can get the most bang for your buck, and ensure that you actually have good kind of line of sight and good environmental characteristics to get the most out of your solar panels. The next API here is around air quality and pollen, which helps companies better understand climate and environmental changes. The Air Quality API gives access to reliable air quality data, the ability to visualize pollution via heat maps, and delivers in-depth pollutant details and recommendations to target audiences. The Pollen API provides access to current pollen information and the most common allergens worldwide. So I view these as like live feeds here. Air Quality and Pollen API is providing kind of live updates of where you have poor pollution or lots of pollen for the day. So if you're looking at building new applications and want to provide these air quality and pollen APIs as part of your solution, be sure to check out these APIs, as well as kind of this Aerial View API to bring in some of that 3D data into your solutions. Next article from Esri blog. More green, less gray. LA County maps big plans for its water supply. So this article talks quite a bit about what LA County is currently doing or planning to doing to be more transparent and provide water-related information to their public. It starts off within a typical year, about 15 inches of rain falls in the LA area. Nearly half of that fell in August 2023 after the aftermath of the tropical storm Hurricane Hillary had passed through Southern California. So roughly a third of the water supply in the area comes from locally pumped groundwater and is continually replenished by percolation when it rains. Nevertheless, not all of the rain can be captured, so it can be reused as drinking water or to restock the groundwater. So essentially saying that a lot of LA County water comes from groundwater, but when it rains, we try and capture as much of that as possible to replenish groundwater. but a lot runs off into the oceans, and it's really that snow packed in the Sierras that helps to replenish Southern California's water. But this article goes on to saying that SCWP, their Clean Water Program, projects include green infrastructure elements such as infiltration basins, rain gardens, bioswales, dry wells, wetlands, and permeable pavement. This green infrastructure contrasts with gray infrastructure such as storm drains, which are typically built with concrete and steel that are designed to move water underground or away from property. So more green infrastructure meant to naturally replenish the water basins versus just moving water into a storage location. So admins map and track each project using GIS. LA residents can visit the map and they can see where the tax dollars are going for these green projects. So here we have kind of our map here, and pretty cool. You can kind of come in and take a look at where all of these kind of green infrastructure projects are going on and get a little bit more information about this project. So great to see LA County kind of being transparent, providing this information to the public. It goes on to say that each locally led SCWP project addresses important outcomes such as stopping toxins and trash from flowing into waterways, cleaning and treating rainwater, and adding green spaces and enhancements for communities and habitat. Finally here, having a map that showcases the drainage area and community benefits. The map is the SCWP portal highlights the potential relationships between projects and a good resource to facilitate discussion among storm water management groups. Those involved can easily analyze the map and its accompanying information, identify opportunities for collaboration, better understand how projects can contribute to the effectiveness of the regional stormwater capture system. And this tool, combined with others, promotes informed decision-making, coordination of efforts, and efficient resource allocation. So not only transparency with the public and community, but also between other groups, either in LA County or kind of third party. So really interesting here. Again, just the evolution of open data and the ability to share more and more transparent data that is tied to location and maps. All right, so moving on to what is new in ArcGIS, an article from ArcGIS blog. The ArcGIS World Geocoding Service September highlights says we are pleased to announce a series of enhancements to the geocoding service. This update includes bug fixes, API changements, and data updates. So just to rattle off some of the updates here or enhancements: quality improvements, support for Czechia, and short input handling. We also have improved the handling of short input for suggest requests. Now, even with 1 or 2 characters, can provide locations relatively quickly. Language detection enhancements to ensure the accuracy of address labels. They've enhanced their language detection algorithms. Some other updates here: API and service updates, magic key update, coordinate precision. Looks like some enhancements to the coordinate values, more appropriate precision in the coordinate data provided by the services, enhanced postal data. Additionally, they've enhanced output address labels for postal geocoding candidates, and then some reference data updates. So new data sources, expanded data sets, France and South Korea, some updates from here, and then also community contributions for kind of place names, community addresses initiative. So a variety of different updates here for the Geocoding Service API. If you're leveraging this already in your applications, you'll see these enhancements come into play. Otherwise, if you're looking for a geocoding service, the ArcGIS World Geocoder is a great API to leverage in your custom applications. So those were our articles for the week. I've got a couple more things to cover in today's episode. First, starting with the 30-day map challenge. So the 30-day map challenge encourages everyone in the GIS world, all GIS professionals, to create different types of maps and share them out. So every November, there's a set of map categories, and GIS professionals from around the world will start to show off their cartography skills and create maps and share those maps with everyone on social media. So the 30-day map challenge has announced their categories for this November. So starting in less than a month, here are the categories. So every single day, a new different type of map. So day one, we've got points, then we've got lines, polygons. Those are pretty kind of standard map categories. Day 4, we've got a bad map. Those are always fun to see. Then we have analog map, Asia, navigation, Africa, hexagons, North America. Day 11, retro maps, South America, choropleth, Europe. 15, day 15, we have OpenStreetMap. Day 16, Oceania. We got flow, atmosphere. Day 19, 5-minute map. That's always one of my favorites. You know, hammer out a map as quick as you can in 5 minutes, or be creative on the name. Day 20, outdoors, raster. North is not always up, day 22. Then we've got 3D on day 23. 24, black and white. Antarctica, minimal. Day 27, dot. Day 28, is this a chart or a map? This will be a fun one to see what folks put together for this. Day 29, population. And finally on day 30, my favorite, dot, dot, dot. So this will always be fun to follow this hashtag and see all the different map examples that folks put together. So if you're interested in joining the 30-day map challenge, I encourage you all to go to 30daymapchallenge.com. I'll definitely be attempting to create a map a day, but at least putting out a map on some of my favorite categories here. So 30-day map challenge categories are out there and available. Finally, for today's episode, our MappyMeme of the week. This MappyMeme comes from Geo with Justin. He is actually resharing a meme from Greg. Greg is a pretty funny account in the X world. Most Americans don't realize how big Texas is. I thought this was really funny, putting the entire US inside of Texas. So kind of a funny MappyMeme here. So we'll go ahead and like this, and we'll like Greg's original, and we'll repost this as well. Love to see all these kind of funny MappyMemes and coordinate system kind of related images of maps. So a good one there from Greg, and then appreciate Geography with Justin reposting and tagging MappyMeme. All right, so this has been This Week in MetaMapping. Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Once again, it would be great if you could like this video and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, be sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. And If you're also interested in joining our Discord, we're looking for different ways to kind of revamp that space, trying to build a bigger community in this GIS world. So if you're interested and have ideas for what we should do with this Discord, we're all ears. But with that, thanks again for watching, and as always, stay mappy, my friends.